Hello ladies and gents, welcome to a new night point of view review. In front of us is the new MG S5 EV. This is the luxury trim. I'm gonna check it out and take it for a spin tonight. Let's unlock it. You can see the LED headlights. Beautiful compact SUV. Now we're sitting on 18-inch alloys. Very comfortable suspension. I think it's adaptive. It's comfortable but sometimes firm. So I like that. Now here's the back end. If I hold the opening button, I can open it with a remote. Nice and big cargo space. Let's see if I can close it as well. Yes. So very nice. One more time. Unlock or lock. You can see the turn signal. So I really like the front end. I'm not super pleased with the back end, but that's just my personal taste. Let's jump in. It's cold. I've placed my jacket in the back, so I jump in where it's nice and warm. Okay, I haven't played with the brightness here, so screen brightness, don't think it's too bright. I hope this is okay. This is the shortcuts here. I've pressed the brake, so some of these come on when the car is on. But I'm pretty sure you watched the review and you know that. So here's the home menu, just a quick Apple CarPlay. It's nice and fast. You have a lot of real estate and these are still here, so it's not full screen covering the important stuff. I will stay though, and I think I might use the standard navigation, or should I? Maybe I should switch it up just to show the standard navigation. Now it went to Apple CarPlay. I want to say here radio and just play some little music demo. Yeah, I'm laughing because it's the guy singing about something fog and it's foggy a little bit. Okay, it's like late hour, usually domestic music. I don't think there is something that's gonna be international for me to just show you some demo, but let me just see one more time. This is Slovenia radio station. Anyways, the sound system is actually pretty good and I really like it. It's very good, not just decent, it's very good. When you sit in the car, I got out and in a few times, it tells you like what's the outside temperature. So you have a forecast as well, not just like on the top what's the current temperature, which is great. And if you are charging this car, you have now YouTube. So if you're stationary parked or if you're in a charger, it opens YouTube. This is like a web browser, so it's not a native app, but still it's better to have this so you can kill time rather than not having anything. Also, before we head out, just to show you the energy consumption, I did a little consumption test. I was driving here between 80 and 70. My consumption was between 17 and going towards 19, and gentle acceleration, anticipating when to brake and recuperating in strongest setting. Driving between 60 and 70, as you can see, more gradual here, and I was getting between 12 and 13 kilowatts, so this car can be very efficient. I just wanted to share that data. I will do a separate video range test and charging. Yeah, I don't think I need the full heated seats, but you know, it's nice to have that. I do have the heated steering wheel. It's not super hot, but it's good. I'm gonna leave it for the moment. And not to forget, the 360 cameras are amazing resolution. The top trim has 360 cameras. You don't have the front parking sensor, so it's better to have the camera on the front. So that is that. I'm not sure why they didn't include the front parking sensors, but yeah. Okay, put it to drive and let's head out. By the way, turning angle is great, and the car is great. This car is very comfortable, very pleasant to drive. I love the power. Oh, I forgot I didn't say the power, so apologies there. But if you watch the review, you know that this is a rear wheel drive, and it is 100. Let me remember here now how many kilowatts. I forgot the kilowatts, I'm sorry, but it is 231 horsepower. So I know that. And 0 to 100 is 6.3 seconds. So suspension is comfortable. At low speeds it feels firm, maybe it's the springs, but at higher speeds it's very comfortable. You don't feel all these small imperfections, and it is very, very comfy. I really like it a lot. This is a big speed bump or a harsher one, I can feel it, but it is again comfortable and slightly harsh, like something in between. But when you speed up, then it becomes smoother, if that makes sense. And I think these are adaptive shocks, might be even frequency adapting, the one I've upgraded on my Tesla Model 3. And I would recommend these to any car that feels maybe too harsh regarding suspension. So I would say this is a good compromise between firm and comfortable driving. Okay, we have this pull down menu. I'm going to engage the MG Pilot, and goodbye pesky EU speed limit chim or overspeed, whatever. It's annoying, and I actually suggested this to MG last year because Renault added like a one button when you have a personal profile, and I told MG do the same, and they did it. So I'm really glad that they've actually listened. They did this here locally in Croatia. They've talked to China and they said add this, and they were like, it's a good idea, let's do it, and it's here. So this is more than enough power. It's very nippy. I can easily just go above the speed limit, but we're gonna stay in the speed limit through the, this is very thick fog here, it's a river, so I'm gonna engage the rear fog. I don't think anyone's gonna rear end me, but yeah, usually you don't need fog light if it's clear like this, but if you're like in a really heavy fog, you should engage the fog light, especially when you're outside the city. In the city like this now, it's not really necessary, so I'm just gonna disengage it. Yeah. So this is a really nice and tall sitting position. You have a great overview. I can see the bonnet because I'm taller. The mirrors are nice and wide. Even the rear view mirror is really wide, and you can see very nicely behind you, despite the middle backseat headrest, which is tall. You can lower it. It's a bit obstructive, but you can still see pretty well behind you. And this car shouldn't be a problem for parking. yeah, the comfort trim does not have, again, the front camera, which sucks. Let's talk about the comfort trim. Comfort trim has only 15 kilowatts less of battery size, but it comes with an LFP battery, meaning more cycles. But I'm afraid that, if you want to do that trip of 300 kilometers, you can't do it in one charge. You will need to stop and charge. This is the classical battery. This one charges max DC speed 139. The other one is 120. But the LFP battery is a bit smaller. This one is for more energy dense than for longer trips. It charges faster. It also delivers better power output if you want to drive slightly faster. But the LFP battery has double the cycles, so it's going to last longer if you're planning on keeping the car long term. Otherwise, if you're renting, if you wanted to range, this top trim is for you. I completely forgot the navigation here, so apologies as well. Yeah, this navigation is not as bad. It is a little bit dark. I like the light theme, but you can have it switch automatically. You only have, if I'm not mistaken, the settings where you can just toggle it, dark or light theme. I'm not gonna blast your eyes now, but yeah, that's that. This includes, you can have speeding cameras, but it's not really updated with the new speeding cameras, so I switched that off. You do have the speed limit here and your actual speed. In my personal or the MG profile, it says here off. This one's off, and this one is more accurate. This one sometimes picks up a wrong speed limit, but this one is GPS accurate, I guess. Now, you can also see our power consumption is not really that high. I didn't reset it, but I did pass 30 kilometers since the reset. So this car can be really efficient in summer. When it's warm, it should be more efficient. The official WVLTP range is 480 kilometers, and you should check EV database. They really have good range estimates, and power consumption. All of my tests that I did are very close or accurate to that data there. Of course, I always like to test for myself and show you that in the video. But yeah, that web page, it's made by it's a UK page, or made by British, but it's very accurate. It's very good. It doesn't include like 130 kilometers per hour consumption, so that's why I do it. But it's something like close to 100 kilometers or 62 miles per hour. They use for speed limits imperial rather than kilometers or with the metric system. And big hi and shout out to all of my British subscribers and followers. Yeah, sometimes I can't see the traffic lights, so because of this plastics, although this one is more a little bit to the right, so I can see this area is free. I will be getting to the I deliberately hit that manhole, so very comfortable. I'm gonna get to the highway here. I'm gonna speed up a little bit faster. In the city, I want to be just driving gently and responsibly, of course, simply because I want to be a good example. Personally, I don't drive fast in the city. We do have a tolerance. I always say that on the highway, I like to drive a little bit faster, but again, I'm actually very moderate when it comes to Croatians, which love to drive faster. Interior here, just like a quick lights on. Yeah, very posh interior. I gotta say, the interior is amazing. in this car, and the price here is a bit more expensive. In Croatia we have 9,000 euros incentive, and with that this car is 31,000 euros. Otherwise it's 40,000 with a Spain option. Yeah, for some people it's going to be in the budget, for some not, but there's a lot of competition. You can see the car is very stable, slight leaning if you're going faster in the bend. Speeds up nicely. Although I was in the normal driving mode. If I switch to sport, I'm gonna just slow down here, and I'm gonna punch it in a moment. So let's just punch it. Yeah, it's good. You know, it's not like my Tesla because it doesn't have that much horsepower, but it's very nice. I would say very nice, and very solid. For a daily driver, more than enough. This is a smooth asphalt and then a rough one, but overall at 100 kilometers per hour, the sound inside, or the soundproof, is decent, very good. At higher speeds, 130, it gets a little bit noisier, a little bit more tire noise, more pronounced. But overall, I'm really pleased with this car. If I'm like nitpicking, don't drive like this guy with your lights off, very dangerous. If I'm nitpicking and if I need to find something to criticize, I would say the digital cockpit maybe could have been like a more quality screen like this one. The MG4 had a like same graphics but small screen, and they really improved it in the S5, but they were maybe a little bit on the budget on this one. But otherwise, the car, it feels really nice and posh inside, for something that is supposed to be like a budget brand. It's not Dacia budget, but it is, you know, Chinese budget brand. The brand actually is British, MG, but acquired by Chinese, and this is a Chinese made car, but it is good. I have to say it's good. Now this camera here, the MG4 didn't have that. Okay, Tesla isn't first to have it, but it is first one to have it on this screen. I think the Hyundai and Kia made it in the bubbles in the digital cockpit. But it's a nice feature, and I like that MG's is open. They've added this feature because the MG4 didn't have it, the S5 does. And you know, I'd like to see that in some more cars, which just aren't adding new features that car customers actually do like. Okay, so we will do 0 to 100. So I'm just gonna floor it here and release the brake. Ooh, it's accumulating the power. Ooh, still accumulating. Okay, stopped. Okay, let me see that again. Brake test. It doesn't engage the hazards. Okay, the brakes are good. I sometimes forget to mention the brakes they're not super aggressive, but they're firm. Yeah, but this, yeah, it drives really nicely, and the brakes are good. This has one pedal driving. I prefer that, so I sometimes forget, but when I do 0 to 100, I do remember. This was decent. It's not super fast, but it's fast enough, and nice acceleration when you need it, and overtaking, and so on. So time to wrap up the video. Also, consumption isn't too high, so despite our 0 to 100 and highway drive, a little under 18 kilowatts. Yeah, really pleasant EV that's an SUV body style, and very nice. But as I've mentioned, this 30 to 40,000 euro price tag is very competitive, and I'm afraid that might be a little harsh on the S5 EV here. But if you do decide, I think you're going to be very happy with this car. Take it for a test, see how it fits. I know for a fact that there's a lot of people who, don't want a Tesla, they want something else. Maybe they just want, or maybe you just want a classical car. When I say classical, I mean not a smart car like a Tesla. You just want something that looks more like a classical car, just electric. And I would say this is it. Again, a very posh interior, not super luxury, but build quality is very good. Excellent cameras. I would go for this top trim, just for all the bells and whistles, like the heated steering wheel, front seats, powered driver's seat with a lumbar support. By the way, the seats are quite good, very comfortable, but I will see if they're comfortable enough for me on the range test. So few goodies, but if you're in a budget, the comfort trim is 33,000 euros. Deduct the 9,000, and it's actually competitive. Then it's interesting price. It's not super expensive for some of you who are on the budget. Let's say in Croatia, I'm gonna wrap it here. The most sold cars are in between 20 and 30,000 euros. So if you're leaning toward that, then there's a bigger chance this car would get a customer. It may be in some other more Western European countries, 30 to 40,000 is more of a sweet spot where this specific model is fighting for. And that's that. I just remember, and I like this, but I do test a lot of cars. There's no start stop button. Also, one of the great things, you can drive this car one pedal, and you just exit the car, lock it, it switches off. When you unlock it, it comes to life. You press the brake, put it to drive, and that's it. If you don't press park, I think when you just stop and open the door, it will automatically go to park. Yeah, that's it. You can press here. I haven't really showed you. You can have radio navigation. This is accumulated. Total, it's 19.3 kilowatts. So that's probably the average. Our drive here was 17, and from last charge it was 18, so pretty good. You can also see here the energy flow and the tire pressure. But I'm sure you've watched my review, so you saw that. You can hear the fan now. It's the AC fan. When you lock the car, it will just go off. So just to show you the car in the garage. So the fan will go off immediately, so it's not super loud. It won't wake up your neighbors if you're coming at late night. Yeah, but great looking car. I'm gonna wrap it here. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for the range test. Until next one, bye.